what about men who withdraw from a relationship? I mean, today we're happy, having superb communication, and then out of nowhere, he doesn't call, he doesn't text. In my experience, when I ask him what's the matter, he says nothing's wrong, that he has a lot on his mind. How can women deal with this? Often we'll think that he's cheating or he wants out of the relationship. Well, a couple things to look at here. One, I want you to look at his past, your past together. Now, why I say that? Look at his past. Does this guy have a history of flip-flopping on girls? Where like 1 minute he's professing his undying love and the next minute you don't even know what zip code the guy's in. Like, has he done this before? Does he have a pattern of unstable, broken relationships? Well, if so, you're probably onto something here, that he might lack the maturity for an emotionally stable relationship. He's more labile, where he has almost a childish, attention span when it comes to relationships, that like, oh, it's up here and then it's down there. Okay, is he really in love with you, or is he just in love with the feeling of being around you when that feeling is in him? If that's the case, you got to guard your heart and pull back. But let's say his past isn't like that. Let's say, well, no, he's had a couple relationships before, but they seem pretty stable. Well, maybe he does have a lot on his mind. And so you might want to look at question number 2. Look at your past. Have you gotten burned in the past? Have you been with guys that, seem like they were all there and then turns out the guy's cheating on you? Turns out he's flirting with some other girl, or he just disappears and ghosts you and falls off the face of the earth. And if you've suffered through those experiences in the past, you're more likely to project those upon current relationships because that's your emotional memory. Like, hey, I've been through this. I see some red flags. This might be happening right now. Now, if you haven't gone through those things and you're still feeling these things, then you could be onto something. And so what do? Look at the past of your relationship with him. Has he been doing this for a long time? Have you talked to him about this? Like, honey, it really makes me feel anxious, when you kind of go dark on me, and so it makes me wonder what you're thinking. When you present this information to him, I recommend you say to him, honey, there's something that's been weighing on my heart. Can I talk to you about it? Odds are he'll be like, yeah, well, what's going on? And you could say, and when you present this to him, try to treat him not like he's the problem. Try to treat him like he's the solution. Even if he is the problem, guys like to be treated like they're the solution. And so play to that and be like, hey, there are times that when I'm in a relationship, I just feel really anxious, and it would be so big for me and so helpful to me if at these times you could, communicate with me. And I think would make him realize, okay, I'm needed for a task here. She's not wagging her finger in my face. She's not blaming me. She's just calling me to love her better. And this is how I can do it. Guys like to have those specifics, to know how they can love you rightly. Now, challenges, he might actually be fading. He might actually be like, oh, okay, well, thanks, I'll try to do that. But if this persists, and he's on the radar, off the radar, you got to have that frank conversation with him. Like, look, I just need you to make up your mind and be transparent with me. Like, where are we going in this relationship? Because you don't need to be wandering around, like I say, like Moses wandering in the wilderness with the Egyptians or the Israelites for 40 years. Like, you don't need to go through that. You don't need to put your own heart through that. You deserve clarity. And yeah, relationships need time to breathe, right? I mean, there's going to be a time of exhaling and inhaling. That is natural. It's healthy. And if anytime the relationship starts to exhale a little bit, we try to freak out and grab onto it, maybe there's something in us that needs to lighten up a little bit. But every relationship is unique. That's why there can't be some simple cookie cutter answer of exactly what to do. But all good relationships have open and honest communication. So talk to him. Bring your concerns to the surface. And if he doesn't respect them and he doesn't take them seriously and he doesn't really follow through, that's the red flag that you're looking for. Can he listen to you? Do your concerns matter to him? Or does he simply invalidate your feelings and simply write them off? Oh, you're oversensitive. Hey, that's a red flag. Can this guy actually receive you? Hear the words that you're saying, perhaps relay them back to you, and do something about this to make the relationship better. Hey, if it goes down here, you have a good conversation, things move up here, that's a massive, massive green light of like, hey, this guy can learn, he can absorb, and we can grow as a couple through our tough times. And so this could be a real blessing in your relationship to really bring to the light. Do we have what it takes in terms of communication skills to grow this relationship? Or does anytime we hit a roadblock, he just stonewalls me and disappears or blame shifts or gaslights me or whatever? To pay close attention right now, because it could be really an indication of the future of the relationship. And to help you discern this, we have a free ebook I want you to check out. It's called 10 guys you're better off without. Years ago, Crystal and I wrote the book, How to Find Your Soulmate Without Losing Your Soul. And the first chapter in there was the top 10 guys to avoid. So what we did is we adapted that chapter, tightened it up a little bit, and turned it into a free ebook. And so the ways to get it, you can either click the link in the show notes, or you can go to chastity.com/10 guys, the number 10 and the word guys. And if you're a guy, get it too. Read this thing. Make sure you're not one of these 10 guys yourself. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that little clip, but if you want to see the whole episode where this came from, just click the link here. And in the meantime, we want to invite you to help us share this message, and there's a couple things you can do real quick. Number one, if you like or comment or share this video, YouTube will actually show it to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We release videos every single day, and you'll be notified as soon as those come out. If you want to help us also to spread this message, you can support us at patreon.com/Jason Evert. That helps us to create these videos and show them to the whole world. God bless.